The third night. I threw her some flowers and she looked at me. It was curious, but I didn't want to know her. Wasn't it curious, Harry? No, I don't think so. My dear Harry, why? I will tell you some other time. Now I want to know about the girl. Sybil? Oh, she was so shy and so gentle. There is something of a child about her. Her eyes opened wide when I told her what I thought of her performance. She didn't know about her power. I think we were both rather nervous. At last she said to me, "You look like a prince. I must call you Prince Charming." Upon my word, Dorian, Miss Sybil knows how to pay compliments. You don't understand her, Harry. She knows nothing of life. She lives with her mother, a tired woman. Harry, Sybil is the only thing I care about. What is it to me where she came from? From her little head to her little feet, she is beautiful. Every night of my life I go to see her act, and every night she is more wonderful. That is the reason, I think, that you never have dinner with me now. My dear Harry, we either have lunch or supper together every day, and I have been to the opera with you several times, said Dorian, opening his blue eyes in wonder. You always come late. Well, I can't help going to see Sybil play, he cried. I get hungry for her presence. You can have dinner with me tonight, Dorian, can't you? He shook his head. Tonight she is Imogen, he answered, and tomorrow night she will be Juliet. When is she Sybil Vane? Never. I congratulate you. How terrible you are! She is all the great heroines of the world in one. She is more than an individual. You laugh, but I will tell you, she has genius. I love her, and I must make her love me. You, who know all the secrets of life, tell me how to charm Sybil Vane to love me. I want to make Romeo jealous. I want the dead lovers of the world to hear our laughter and grow sad. My God, Harry, how I worship her!" He was walking up and down the room as he spoke. He was terribly excited. Lord Henry watched him with pleasure. How different he was now from the shy, frightened boy he had met in Basil Hallward's studio. His nature had developed like a flower. Out of its secret hiding place had come out his soul, and desire had come to meet it on the way. "And what do you want to do?" said Lord Henry at last. "I want you and Basil to come with me some night and see her act. You will see her genius. Then we must get her out of that terrible theatre. Then I shall take her to a West End theatre. She will make the world as mad as she has made me." "That would be impossible, my dear boy." "Yes, she will." "Well, what night shall we go?" "Let me see, today is Tuesday. Let us go there tomorrow. She plays Juliet that day." "All right, at 8 o'clock, and I will get Basil." "Not 8, Harry, please. 6:30. We must be there before the curtain rises. You must see her in the first act, where she meets Romeo." "Shall you see Basil between this and then, or shall I write to him?" "Dear Basil, I have not seen him for a week. It is rather horrid of me, as he has sent me my portrait. Perhaps you will write to him. I don't want to see him alone. He says things that annoy me. He gives me good advice." Lord Henry smiled. People are very fond of giving away what they need most themselves. "It must be so if you say it. And now I am off. Imogen is waiting for me. Don't forget about tomorrow. Goodbye." As he left the room, Lord Henry began to think. Certainly few people had ever interested him so much as Dorian Gray. The lad was in love, and it made him a more interesting study. Lord Henry realized that it was his words, his musical words, that made Dorian love that beautiful girl. The lad was his own creation. It was delightful to watch him. With his beautiful face and his beautiful soul, he was a thing to wonder at. Soul and body, body and soul, how mysterious they were. While Lord Henry was thinking about these things, a knock came to the door, and his servant came in and said that it was time to dress for dinner. He got up and looked out into the street. The sunset had covered the houses opposite with the gold. The sky above was like a white-pink rose. He thought of his friend's young, colorful life, and wondered how it was all going to end. When he arrived home about 12:30, he saw a telegram lying on the table. He opened it and found it was from Dorian Gray. It told him that he was going to marry Sybil Vane.